Kaya ba mag-champion ng strong group Philippine team sa upcoming Jones Cup that's gonna happen on July 13 to 21? Is a roster strong enough to compete with international teams? Let's see. I am actually really optimistic.
I painted my truth.
So let's first check the new additions. So let's first start with Chris McCullough. Chris McCullough led San Miguel to the 2019 PBA Commissioner's Cup title. He played all over the world. He last played for the Formosa Dreamers, a Taiwan base team, and averaged 18.8 points and 12.5 rebounds, and he still hasn't lost a step. Kitang-kita nyo na he's still a force inside the paint, can play in the perimeter, can also attack from mid-range. And this is the reason why siya yung parang magiging world import. He's gonna be the first option for a strong group team. I don't see anyone who's gonna outdo him when it comes to just overall production. And Coach Charles, you mentioned that Chris McCullough is actually a guy that he always wanted to work with in the past, and finally nangyari na ngayon. Up next is Kaylan Chongson, 6'4", 6'5" forward. Last played for Taiwan as well. Naglalaro rin yan for SMB Alab Pilipinas back in the day. And actually meron nakitang article dito that sabi ni Jimmy Alapag na Rudy Hatfield is the guy na naalala niya whenever he used to watch Kaylan Chongson. Interesting ito kasi he's gonna be joining the upcoming PBA draft, and if he performs well in strong group, that could be a pivot to actually becoming a first round draft pick. The last time Chongson played in a pro league was in the 2021-2022 season in Taiwan. That is 2 years ago. So syempre may concerns yung mga team like Rusty Bayan, which he obviously is, but how malaki ba yung drop off from his game back in the day to 2 years ago to now, considering he hasn't been playing pro? So those are the questions that he needs to address while he's playing with strong group. He loves to play in the post. Amazing rebounder. He averaged 13.5 points, 9 rebounds, 2.6 assists a game, 44% from the field. The 3-point percentage needs work at 24% and 70% from the line. He's a hustle guy. That's the reason why they got him to the team. Catch and shoot role is also a possibility if left wide open. If you check some of the highlights on YouTube, he can actually shoot the 3. It's just a matter of consistency maybe. Next one is Tawan Aji, 6'9", forward, 26 years old, a young guy actually. Last played for the Gravelines in France in 22 games, averaged 8.8 points, 4.3 rebounds, shot 48.4% from the field and 44% from 3. The free throws need work at 57%, but I think that's gonna be fine. And maganda dito, he's a veteran that is used to playing in Europe, diba? So to play in Europe, you need to have a high IQ. You need to learn how to work well with your teammates, not have much of an ego, considering even NBA stars have a hard time adjusting to play the EuroLeague. They really have to let go of their ego, leave it at the door. Looking at his highlights, he has great athleticism. He can shoot, and ang ganda ng release niya. Crafty when attacking the lane. He can also get some steals here and there. Reads the passing lanes really well. Not only are we going to expect him to defend the paint along with Ange or our big men, he's also gonna be tasked to stop perimeter players that's gonna play in the Jones Cup. And that's Tawan Aggie. Next up is the Filipino American in DJ Fenner, a guard, 6'6", a big guard that can shoot. Yun yung parang nakalagay dun sa press release. Pull up game off the dribble. He kinda reminds me of a Stanley Pringle, although mas iba yung athleticism ni Pringle. But this is a taller guy, 6'6", scorer talaga. Hindi tayo mahirapan when it comes to needing isolation scorers. Whenever we have to come to that, no? So of course may sistema, but there are times I really need scorers to give you a bucket kapag stagnant, and I feel like DJ Fenner is gonna be one of those guys. Last played in the Dutch League for the Heroes Den Bosch. Averaged 23 minutes per game, 10.6 points, 3.5 rebounds, 43% from the field, 31% from 3, and 80% from the line. More of a scoring guard more than a facilitator. So let's now check our depth chart here and the rest of the guys na ni-recruit ng strong group to play in this tournament. So for the guards, first start, Jordan Heading, alam niyo na yan. Gilas veteran, a shooter, played well with the last strong group team that was also handled by Coach Charles Tiu. He was able to mesh well with the stars in Dwight, Andre Robertson. He's gonna do the same thing here in this tournament. He's gonna play his role. Sometimes gonna be the point guard, sometimes just gonna be the spot up shooter. And actually, there were also a few times that Heading became an isolation scorer last time because of necessity, but I don't think he's gonna do that now kasi marami na tayong ganun. But his role will mostly be focused on shooting, and if you're looking for snipers, one of the best snipers in the Philippines, that's Jordan Heading. Next up, Kiefer Ravena, a really great pickup, high IQ player, now a great facilitator, learned a lot from his time with the Shiga Lakes in Japan. The reason why he's brought here is because I feel like he's gonna be our starting point guard. He's gonna be the one to set up the guys. He's like an extension. He's like a coach on the floor. Extension na yan I feel like Kiefer could be a coach the moment he retires. The guys respect him, especially the local ones. Obviously, yung mga import, di pa siya kilala. But I think he could impress them from day one. Not only that, he's also a great scorer as well. So that's another one off the list. Next up, RJ Abarientos, another Gilas member. Played in the OQT in Serbia with sina Coach Tab, facilitator, scorer. He can fill those in. Last two, yung mga college kids, Tony Inot. Naglaro na rin yan sa SGA team kasama sina Dwight last time. Mostly for spot minutes, for defense lang talaga si Tony. As of this time, there are a lot of guards that are better than him in this depth chart. I think he could be able to play longer minutes in games na blowouts or feel ni na Coach Charles na they can experiment with the lineups then. And lastly, si Titing Manalili for the guards. That's a freshman playing for the Veteran Knights. And the reason why Manalili is also in this team is because he's really promising. Ganda na pinakita niya ng juniors. Tapos sa Veteran Knights, ang ganda na pinakita niya ng Phil Oil. So, of course, with the strong group athletics backing up the Veteran Knights, kita nyo naman sa jersey nila na may SGA. It's, they're just giving opportunities to guys like Manilili to learn, fast-track their development, learn from the veterans. Imagine mo, you're gonna be learning from Kiefer Avena, Heading, a lot of guys here. So, mostly easier for experience, to get better, and to bring it to NCAA Season 100. Next up are the wings. So, ito yung medyo concern ko kasi medyo pilit na nga to. Si Renz Abando nilagay ko sa wings considering 6'2 siya. But I guess he can play as a wing since this is the Jones Cup anyway. It's at the World Cup. But first, David Ildefonso. He played for Suwon KT in Korea. Scorer, capable defender. And I feel like Dave will be one of our 6'7" guys off the bench. It's because he's a naturally gifted scorer. If you check his Gilas highlights, especially yung sa Batang Gilas, siya yung first option. Hindi si Kai Soto. It's actually Dave Ildefonso. Renz Abando, we all know what he can bring. He brings great defense. Kahit sa paint, nakaka-block yan. Perimeter defender, and energy niya talaga yung madadala niya sa team. Especially the rim-rattling dunks, the timely threes. I'm actually really happy they got Renz Abando. I feel like Renz Abando could start in a few matchup situations. Again, wala akong alam. That's unofficial. This is just based off my opinion. But I feel like kung mag-start si Abando, I won't be surprised. He's a really talented guy. For our bigs, Ange Kwame, Ateneo legend, now playing for the Division 3 in France. I feel like he's like a Joel Embiid light. He can shoot it from the mid-range, soft touch, also inside the paint. An Asian Games gold medalist with Team Pilipinas. How can I forget? A force inside the paint. Ange is also a great paint defender. Ang ganda ng timing niya when it comes to blocks and can stretch it out as well. I will choose Ange Kwame over Dwight Howard when it comes to shooting the three. Ang ganda ng shooting touch ni Ange. You guys should check out some of his highlights, especially hindi pa masyado ng Ateneo Games. Last one, si Allen Liwag. Allen Liwag from CSB as well. Also supported by the Strong Group Athletics organization. He's here for experience to learn from the guys ahead of him. 6'6", can shoot. He rounds off our 13-man lineup. Can this team win the championship? I feel so. I feel like we are really well-rounded. We have natural point guards. We have gifted scorers. Most, if not all, can shoot the three. The veteran presence from top to bottom, meron tayo niyan. And versatile big men. For our concerns, not weaknesses, kasi concerns lang naman talaga, is chemistry. Sa chemistry, again, magsisimula sila ng training nila last week of June. The tournament starts on July 13. Some are finishing prior commitments before joining here. So, kaya gets ko bakit last week of June pa sila magte-training. And lastly, I think a concern here is yung perimeter defense nga sa wings. We have small wings. Again, Jones Cup lang naman to. Ngayon ko lang na-realize na this is gonna be Asian teams competing. Except siguro kung may American team, no? Like last time. Naalala ko yung may American team nga, no? So, matetest tayo dito. We can be champions. Again, pero depende sa mga kalaban natin. But ito, veterans tayo ngayon eh. We can compete against a US NCAA Division 1 team. That's gonna be a hard task. Pero hindi ko pa alam kung sino yung mga magko-compete in this Jones Cup tournament. Hindi pa nire-release ng organizers. So, as of now, on paper, this is a good team. It's a team that is capable of winning a championship. Ano tingin nyo magiging result ng strong group sa upcoming Jones Cup tournament? Let me know in the comments. See you guys next time. Peace.